Hey everybody, thanks so much for your comments on the other videos I've done. Keep them coming, it's much appreciated. Today I thought I would talk to you about anxiety because coming up to the festive season and dealing with family can sometimes amplify feelings of anxiety if this is an issue that you struggle with a bit already. Now, as you will well know, we can't get rid of anxiety completely because it serves a purpose, but we can help tame it and train ourselves around anxiety so it serves us rather than us being a slave to it. So I'm going to give you 5 behavioural techniques to help calm anxiety. Now, step 1, write down the feelings about anxiety. The reason you write the feelings down is because what this does is it helps activate the left side of the brain. And this is the side of the brain that helps us verbalise things and is about logic. And if you think anxiety is a very emotional state, it's an emotional activation. So in writing it down, we can activate that left side and help us step slightly outside of feeling the anxiety. And a 2015 study showed that actually doing this process helped people calm down physiologically. Step 2, chew gum. Okay, I know that sounds really odd, right? But if you think about it, when we are in an anxious state, we're triggering the fight or flight response. And that will include us having physiological symptoms like racing heart, upset stomach, sweaty palms, a dry mouth, for example. Anything that we can do in terms of our behaviour that helps send a signal to the fear response to back down is going to be helpful. So chewing gum, of course, what happens when you chew gum is you salivate more. This helps switch off that fear response because the mouth is going to be dry and it's therefore sending a signal to that fear narrative that actually you can calm down, you're not in a life-threatening situation. And it's kind of similar as if you were in a situation and you were to run away and leave it, you're embedding that fear response more rather than staying in it. So anything that can help us act more normally when we are feeling an anxious state can help send that signal to that fear instinct to calm down. Step 3, breathe and scale it. You know what I'm going to say? When you have a longer out breath, it will help stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. When we are in the fight or flight response, what are we doing? We're gasping for breath normally. It's kind of like an inappropriate exercise response, I've heard it referred to, which I thought was rather fabulous because sometimes the physiological symptoms we're displaying are kind of that as if we are heavily exercising, panting for breath, sweating, So when we have the longer out breath, we are stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system to go into a state of relaxation. When you scale how you feel in terms of numbers, so 1 being I don't feel anxious at all and 10 being I feel terribly anxious, and you scale it in terms of just watching the anxiety come down as you're breathing that long out breath, this again helps you step outside the anxiety. And rather than it being something you're caught up in, again, you're activating that logical part of your mind and you are stepping outside of it, so therefore seeing it from a different perspective. And as you calm down more and more, you can lower the numbers down, and this will help, again, calm your system down. Step 4, create a safe space in your mind. Now, often when people are in an anxious state, they're playing images in the mind that are frightening. And having a safe space that you can go to in your mind, the place that you associate with being calm and tranquil, can be very powerful. And that alongside using words that really resonate with you. Now for me, when I have struggled with anxiety, I would imagine myself standing on this beach that I once went to in the Maldives, which was absolutely beautiful. So I remember very clearly how I felt in this incredible state of calm and tranquility. And I would say, calm, in flow, grounded. So you need to find your own words and your own safe space in your mind that you can go to, and you can visualize that and remember what you saw and what you felt and what you heard, and say those words to yourself, and you can speak them out loud. And this will help you start to stop misusing your imagination, which can fuel the anxiety. Step 5, discharge the feelings. What I mean by this is very often if people are in a state of fight or flight, there's a tendency to want to shut down, to everything freezes, we're held together. And when we use big body moves, all those chemicals we're dumping in our system and staying frozen with can get to be released. And often what I will say to a client in a therapeutic sense is to go out and do 20 jumping jacks, run up and down the stairs, do some squats, get the energy out of the body. And this again sends a signal back to your body to say you're okay, this is not a life-threatening situation. It helps complete that emotional arousal, that cycle of fight or flight, and helps the body calm right down. Now I remember using this before I was going to do a public speaking presentation, and it was a time when I was first doing public presentations, and honestly the night before I thought I was going to have to feign my own death because I was that frightened. Anyway, I did my huge body moves the next morning, and it helped just free up that energy and complete that fight or flight response. So I hope these tips have been helpful to you. Please do let me know your comments. As I say, I'm trying these things out to see what bites with people. And I hope that you get something from them. So do please comment or tag someone that you think this might be of help to. Thank you.